Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, press the like button at the end, press the subscribe button at the end, and press the notifications button at the end of the video. But first, watch the entire video, all right? Today I'm going to be talking about the single life after 30 is the best life. And today I'm going to be going over some reasons why being single after 30 is the best life. First, when you are in your 30s, you're going to realize that everybody that's worth being with is already taken. Most women have already been in relationships, married, and have kids. Most women after 30 who are not in a relationship and don't have kids are typically the hardest women to deal with because they're stuck in their ways and they're very delusional. So in your 30s, you're going to realize that your chances of actually finding that 1% of girl is slim to none. But the thing is, you accept it more. A lot of guys in their 20s stay in beta male zones later. They go their whole 20s being a beta male, but then it dies out by the time you get in your 30s. When you get in your 30s, it's normally when you're able to accept the red pill knowledge, and then you're able to move forward. And then by the time you're 35 going into 40s, you have completely transitioned yourself into an alpha male. Typically, that's going to be the process. You go through series of being betas until you learn how to be alpha. That's where dating after 30 has its advantage. Next, after 30, you're going to really know if you really wanted kids or not. All right? Because typically, you discover yourself, but you also discover a career that you love, and you discover a dream that you want to chase. When you have discovered those two things, you typically put that ahead of anything that you're doing. And it gives you relaxing feeling, comfortable feeling in life, because you start watching people with kids struggle, not only financially, but they struggle psychologically as well. Next, you become more desirable when you're single in your 30s. All the young girls want you, and all the girls your age that feel like they're hitting the wall, they're going to want you too. So a guy after 30 that's single is typically going to be the guy that all the women can smell. He's like fresh meat everywhere he goes. He becomes more desirable. You have more men in their 30s that get a lot of women. It's just that a lot of men in their 30s, when they're getting attention from the women, they're able to read these women better, especially if you're taking a red pill. So it makes a lot of women less desirable when you actually become more desirable to them. Next, it's a happiness curse. All right? Single in your 30 can spoil you to the point that even if you found the woman that you connect with and then you guys started being around each other a lot more, then you will actually lose interest because you will actually feel like your happiness was you by yourself. That's what most men are going to go through, is the happiness curse, where they are actually happy being alone, but they may meet a woman that they feel like they can have a good relationship with, and they try to pursue that relationship. You're going to try to get close with that relationship, but the closer you get in that relationship, the less unhappy you're going to be, because you're going to find yourself dealing with her delusional emotional swings all over again. When you notice by yourself, you remain happy. Next, you accept your life timeline. Now, I told guys out there, most people in life are miserable because they told themselves in their younger years, by the time I get 25, I'm starting to live like, I want to live like this. By the time I'm 27, I want to live like this. So when they reach that age, they get miserable if they see somebody that same age living a life that they were supposed to live at that age. But when you're past your 30, you accept your life timeline. You accept the fact that it may take you longer to get the things in life. Because the people that do not accept the life timeline will go miserable trying to catch up to compete with an age they thought they should be living their best life at, if that makes any sense. Next, this is a good thing but a bad thing as well. more of your friends' girls like you. All right? You're going to start noticing that women of all type are going to like you, but it's going to mainly be women in relationships and mainly women that you actually know that may be friends with your friends. I mean, that may be in a relationship with one of your friends. When you're single and you're 30, you attract all the women because your freedom ability to roam is desirable to them. And the guy that they're around the most has become a nuisance to them. I told guys before, you only get sick of women when you're getting sex every day. If a woman gives you sex once a week, you will forever love her. If that woman gives you sex every single day, you are going to cheat. All right? So in a lot of cases, the woman has been next to her husband so long, she's getting sick of looking at him because women get desirements in a man they can't figure out. So once a woman has her man completely figured out, she'll just be training him and talking to him like a little boy. But when it comes to his single friend that look good and is running life, that single friend becomes more desirable because that single friend shows a psychological that can't be broken, and women attract to men that can't be broken. Next, you cut off useless friends. In your 30s, you are going to make the biggest changes as a single red pill man. And one thing that you're going to do, you are going to cut the grass. All those close friendships that you had when you were little, you're going to start getting rid of them. You're going to start getting rid of everybody that you grew up with and all that. It isn't the fact that you're breaking a bond. It's you're outgrowing everything. Because people around you are just like the people you're taught to stay away from. You know what I'm saying? It's like you see your family member doing certain things that a stranger does. You know you wouldn't talk to that stranger, so you let your family member slide. Not in your 30s. In your 30s, you're going to be like, you know what? I can't fuck with my cousin such and such no more. I can't mess with my boy that my lifetime friend because he ain't doing nothing with his life. You know what I'm saying? In your 30s, you're going to discover who you really are. And it's going to be the best life for you. You're going to know if you want kids. You're going to have your career. You're going to have the knowledge to keep from getting played. You're going to be on your way to being an alpha male from a beta male. And by the time you're 40, you're going to be complete, especially in today's world. Being single in your 30s in today's condition is the happiest people in the world. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully I was able to get the message across. Hopefully you liked the video. Comment, like, subscribe, donate to the channel. Hasta la vista. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that share button. Go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All right, today we're going to talk about why guys go overseas to seek marriage. All right. Now, there's a lot of talk in the manosphere about guys that just can't wait to go overseas to seek marriage because foreign women are more attractive than American women when it comes to personality-wise, when it comes to mindsets. So when you think about a foreign woman, you still think about a submissive woman. You're still thinking about a woman that is easier and adaptable and wants to play the role of a woman. She wants to play the role of a housewife. Now, do you have more women overseas that are actually more submissive, that are actually more timid, that's willing to play a housewife role? Yes, you do. But there are complications that come with that. One is a language barrier. See, you may be able to go overseas and get the attention from ladies. But the hardest part that a lot of men are going to face is the language barrier. It's the culture barrier. It's actually trying to adapt to her in order to pull her into your world. A lot of women can go online and see what Americans live like. So they already have the heads up when it comes to dating. They already have the heads up of the American culture, because a lot of these places are trying to emulate it. But when you're going overseas, only a very few guys are going to be successful at this. And it's going to be mainly the guys that choose the right ones when they go overseas. But you're going to be more successful when you get into a third world country than you are a country who is still set. Like, for instance, you may be going over to Germany to find a German woman. A lot of German women are happy being in Germany and they don't want to come to America. I've lived in Germany, Ramstein, Germany, and I'm telling you, those women are not excited to come to America. A lot of those women want to stay there. I lived in Italy. In Italy, a lot of those women want to stay in Italy. They have no desire to come to America at all. So you got to take that into play when you're going to go travel, is that a lot of these women are into their culture, but all their family, all their friends, and their lifestyle is over there. So you're going to have less women that are more prone to actually want to get in a relationship with a guy that they barely understand and come back. It works nicely in third world countries. Now, the guys that do go over and become successful and bring them back over here, you have a 50-50 chance at that. That's just from my studying and what I've seen in my life. I've seen guys go overseas, get a wife, come back and be living good, and within a couple of years, that girl changes on him. She's no longer that submissive woman anymore. Now she wants to be colonized like an American woman. Now she wants to argue. Now she wants to fight. Now she starts learning different things. Now she wants to get her hair done a certain way. I've seen that happen a lot. And I've also seen guys go overseas, get foreign women, and come back to America and go in the middle of the woods and build a house and kept her mindset the same. Because he didn't bring her too much into the city. He didn't bring her too much around colonization in order to change her mind. Now, guys are going to go seek these things because men naturally want to have their own pride. They naturally want to be with a woman. They want a concubine. But due to the conditionings of Western women, men are forced to try to seek alternatives, and these alternatives happen to be in foreign women. But my only advice about going overseas to seek marriage, the grass may not be greener on the other side. You still a 50-50 chance when it comes to finding a woman that's gonna conform to you, that can actually speak the language and accept the colonization of your beliefs. Now, what I think a man should do, truthfully, if you want to date overseas, before you decide to spend the money to go overseas and date, before you decide to spend the money on traveling overseas, try dating a woman in America fresh off the boat that ain't even learned that much English yet. That's my advice. If you're really looking to go overseas and find another woman, America has so many immigrants that have so many women that are here seeking citizenship, that are seeking marriage. Try here. They're everywhere. They're everywhere to be found. You have a lot of foreign women here that are still under their beliefs of their country. Not a lot of them are looking to be feminists. And as the world increases, we're having less and less feminists nowadays than ever, because women are actually waking up, especially the ones that are from other countries that are watching American women go through all these hard times. In my opinion, if you're gonna go overseas and date, grass may not be greener on the other side. It may feel good, but you're still gambling 50-50 for happiness. This is Anthony Spade. Take your red pill every day. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think about the video. Hasta la vista.